Hey, how's it going? This is episode 5 of Daegu Diamond Talk. I'm your co-host JT.
And I'm Longleg, and let's get into it.
Let's jump into it. Woo! Oh, shit. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. All right. Coming off the doubleheader weekend. Games 4 and 5? Finally had some good weather out there.
Yeah.
Our first game, our team personally, breaking bat without any rain, so it was fun to play under the sunshine. But I did get a little burnt, and I'm kind of still the
Yeah.
burns still subsiding a little bit.
A little painful.
How'd you find the weather, and how'd you find the day?
We were expecting rain like all week, looking at the weather come Saturday. But I think we had a pretty good day weather-wise at the field.
Yeah.
I remember waking up and it was so beautiful when you guys were playing.
So I got there at about 9:15, and I stayed till the very end, as I usually do. So it was about a 9 to
almost 12 hours.
8 p.m.,
Yeah.
8:30 kind of day for me out there. So yeah, it was a long day in the sun, a lot of ball, but
not enough sunscreen.
No regrets, and not enough sunscreen. Yes, true. Yeah, we'll jump into kind of how the day unraveled here as we move along. But just want to quick give a shout out to the channel. We're up to 38 subscribers, so thank you for all your support. They're still kind of trickling in. 110 hours of watch time. I know we put out a pretty long episode last week. It was an hour and 11 minutes. If you're able to watch all of that, we really appreciate it. I understand an hour is a lot of time
to hear us talking.
To hear us talk, but at least we had some hosts on, LV, Bobby. So hope you enjoyed that one. Over 100 plus views on all our videos so far. So keep staying consistent. And we also got some fan mail. Supposedly, funny with this one. It came. Eddie Majors sent one last week, but just so happens ended up in my spam folder for the Daegu Diamond Talk. So I asked him kindly to re-forward the email last weekend when I saw him. And
he chased us down at the field.
Yeah, he chased hey, you read Murray's email off. Why didn't you read mine off?
What email?
It's what are you talking about? And then just, I don't check the spam folder, but there it was.
And his email address just looks like a normal email address, or nothing crazy there.
Doesn't really give off spam vibes.
No, just a Gmail.
It reads, given we are in the 19th season of the DSL, care to give us your team power rankings?
So I think we'll get into that a little bit later after we break down all the games, see where people stand at the halfway point.
Okay, you want to do it after?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll see who's looking good so far.
But it is a good thought, so thank you for bringing that forward, Eddie. We've been kind of talking about maybe doing that, as can't do it too early in the season because you don't really know where teams stack up. And
I think now's the perfect time.
Now's a good time to do
it. Everyone's played everybody.
Yeah, if we can get to that later on in the episode, we'd happily like to do that for you, Eddie. It's a good idea, and thank you for your email again. It's daegu.diamond.talk@gmail.com. Send us anything, and I'll be looking at my spam folder more frequently now.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
So moving on to our logos. One of the big topics of our video last week was we had 3 logos that we posted, and we wanted a little bit of help to decide which one we'd be going with in the future. And we both agreed which one we should choose. Looking at the comments, it seemed most people did agree. So we're going with the 3rd logo, if you'd put that up for us in the video.
Do it right here.
Okay. And thanks again, Maddie Campbell, for your hard work making the logo.
Yeah. That was kind of the one. I mean, we had our eye on that one too, right?
Yeah.
A couple back and forths with Matt changing up colors and changing some shapes on it. But we wanted to all still throw it out to the viewers. We liked all 3, but 3 was kind of the one that we had agreed on too as well, right?
We felt good about it.
Yeah.
So look forward to a fresh rebrand, maybe some merch.
Maybe some merch coming soon. Yep. So again, thank you if you commented or if you reached out to me via direct message or you
at the
were in
field.
the comments at the fields. Thank you so much for watching and contributing to our
little show.
Our little show. Don't want to talk about the game recaps until we talk about just kind of the doubleheader as a whole. We'll just kind of generalize the day
really quickly.
We had a couple awesome visits from people either living elsewhere in Korea or out of the country.
Right.
Out of the country. So we had, uh, I remember seeing Chuck at the field. He came pretty early on, maybe
Yeah.
11, 12 o'clock. He showed up, so it was great to see him. He had his Alcoholics purple
He
on. I
looked
think
good. Looked like a coach.
yeah, looked like a coach out there, and yeah, man, such a great personality.
Oh yeah.
So
We miss him.
Chuck was coming down from
Filmtech.
Pyeongtaek. So thank you for making.
He's been super busy with his job these days. He was saying.
Yeah,
So yeah, good to see him.
glad he could spare a Saturday and come cheer us on. We also had Corey Sitar coming from Hong Kong. I believe he was one of the DSL founders.
I think so.
I overheard him talking. I think he said 14 seasons under his belt, maybe 6 of them captaining. So no stranger to the league. He shook everyone's hand. He
Yeah.
Still knows everybody in the league just about. So thanks for making the visit over from Hong Kong. And also John Steckel, again, no stranger to the league. I personally haven't played DS in the same season as him, but I bowled with him, and he's also another DSL legend.
Brought his son with him.
Brought his son with
Looked
him.
like he was having fun.
Yeah, he was having some good times. So
Hmm.
those were the and I think there was some,
We had some parents visit.
We had
Adam Fox's parents.
Fox's parents. There was so many people there, and
Families,
a lot
children.
of new faces too, and people that have come from close and afar, and
yeah,
it was just a good day for families.
Absolutely.
Speaking of families, we also had the Easter egg hunt, so we had so many kids out there.
So many.
How many total people do you think were at the field? Like, if you're counting people that have come and gone, like not all in.
Just throughout the day, how many people visited?
Throughout the day, yeah.
So what players we got? 6 times 13. Quick math. That's like 80 people probably.
Mm-hmm.
Children and fans. That's probably
Significant
another 50 other people, maybe more.
I'd say maybe even times that by 2. Like times
the
player count by 2.
I don't think you'd be far off.
Yeah, I think throughout the whole day, coming and going, anywhere between 150 and 200, right?
Probably.
It's like a
setting over under on
window,
that.
But
yeah. No, I think it was amazing to see how many people came out there.
Yeah. It looks like the kids had fun. I was able to scope out the Easter egg hunt a little bit. Lots of families taking pictures. Looked like there was some good snacks in there.
Thanks again to the volunteers who helped with that. Hid the eggs, stuffed the eggs.
For donating the candy and whatnot. So yeah, that happened about 1:30, I believe, and then that was kind of right around the time potlucks were getting going, or barbecues were getting fired up, and so I know we wanted to give a quick shout out to Paul and Ruben, who brought tons of meat. I think Paul was on the brisket duty, and then Ruben had some pulled pork, and we were doing pulled pork tacos out there. I got a little bit of sample of the brisket, not too much. And then I was able to get in on those pulled pork tacos, but
I missed them. I'm a little bit jealous. Yeah.
Yeah, when you have the later games, you don't really want to stuff yourself too much and be kind of lethargic out there. I get that, but
that's not what's stopping me.
What was stopping you?
Well, I had some other plans earlier before I got there.
Okay, you got to the field a little bit later, right?
Yeah. Someone had to have a birthday that day.
Yeah, so thank you so much for and not just Ruben and Paul, but everyone who brought food from all teams. A lot of sometimes it could be kind of team oriented potlucks, but it just seemed like it was one shared event behind the
community.
Field. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
which it's the name of the league.
And yeah, just it all worked out. Everyone brought a little bit of something, and it was awesome.
It was a great day. Lights were on later. The vibes were high.
Yep, we'll get into that once we get into the game recap. So yeah, great doubleheader in all, and thank you for coming out.
Why don't we start the game recaps? So you played the first game.
Yeah,
so
we'll jump into the game recap. So this game started at 10 a.m.
Gosh, I was sleeping.
I'm never really a fan of ball before noon, but that's okay. I biked out there. Yada yada yada. Right. But yeah, this game started at 10 o'clock. It was Breaking Bad Alcoholics. It was tight throughout. I remember it being, as little as maybe like 6-6, 6-7. after 4 or 5 or so, and then the teams kind of broke through a little bit in the later half of the game.
They were still sleeping.
It was 9-9 going to the seventh inning, top of the seventh.
Okay.
We put up 3 runs, so it was 12-9, and then the final was then 12-10, breaking bat. So, but a couple of standout performances from that game, and it was already really hot at 10 a.m.
Yeah, it was.
It was yeah, you needed to catch some shade or get some water, and you even that early on. But Catherine Bashir's from Breaking Bat, only her second game in the DSL at that point, 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. So huge applaud to you, Catherine. Very well done. Also on the other side, Bobby Dalton, 3 for 3 with an RBI, 2 runs scored, 2 doubles.
He was coming off an injury.
And he was slapping the ball around, like he was hitting it hard. I was playing shortstop, this side of me, above me, like he was.
You didn't know what to expect.
He was just splashing all over the place. So yeah, welcome back, Bobby. It looks like hopefully that injury is behind you, and you can keep progressing moving forward.
Or finish out the season strong.
Yep. So that game was 12-10, and then our second game.
Game 2 was Alcoholics versus Cholo Hits. I was not able to watch this game. I had not arrived yet. I don't know if you have any just quick general impressions about that.
I didn't. After my first game, I kind of wanted to take a I was trying to catch some shade, so I wasn't super tuned into this game, to be fair. I was doing, a little bit of videos on the side, or like
interviews.
Not interviews then, but it was
like gameplay type of
videos. Gameplay type of stuff. But that was more just like batter to batter type instances.
Yep. Well, I can say Ruben missed the week previous, so he had just come back for the doubleheader. It looks like the team maybe needed him. They put up quite a few runs in this game.
Yeah.
So final score for that game was Alcoholics 12, Cholo Hits 20.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to come out with the win. And some standouts from each team. We had Shane Dwan. He went 4 for 4, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored.
Nicely done, Shane. Yeah, quick out there.
And for Cholo Hits, it's Ben Gale. I think it was maybe his first game that he played this. No, he played the second game of the season.
I think him and Alex do a pretty fair 50-50 split.
Yeah.
So I think, maybe Alex has played 2 or 3 by now, and I think this might have been Ben's second game.
Right.
But I could be wrong on that.
He played both games of the doubleheader. You got to imagine Alex will take the next one.
Probably, yeah.
But anyways, Ben, 3 for 3, 3 RBIs.
Nicely done, Ben.
Good job. I'm pretty sure the drink hadn't hit him yet.
Yeah, but after the game and after a few more drinks,
right.
I was actually able to interview Ben while on the field. So let's get to our first athlete spotlight special of this episode with Ben Gale. So enjoy this one here. All right, we got this is Daegu Diamond Talk here. We got Ben Gale from Cholo Hits. Ben, 2 wins for you guys today. How was it out there?
I don't know. I wasn't there, man. I just everyone else did the work. I did nothing. Sometimes you win,
You had some good hits. You had some good plays on defense.
Every now and then you get lucky.
Every now and then. Ben, remind me, how long have you been playing in the DSL for now?
This would be year number 5 or so, but I'm splitting seasons nowadays. So,
or splitting time with Alex,
with
right?
Alex, yeah.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, because I can't play all the games, so I need
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy who misses all the games. So So Alex and I are double teaming.
Yeah.
In a very nice, clean way.
Yeah, that sounds good. Ben, how did you hear about the Daegu Softball League?
From a really ugly man called. Speaking of ugly men,
Woody Wilkerson appearance here.
A really ugly guy called Corey Baker.
Corey Baker introduced you.
He was in jail at the time, but he sent an email, and I got the email. And speaking of jail, it's from
This guy. We got another Woody appearance. Nice, man. So, would you recommend this league to people
everyone?
Yeah.
So, if you have a pulse, if you like fun, and if you're not too competitive,
Yeah.
Or even if you are competitive.
Like to
if
meet
you-
new people, maybe have a drink here
Yeah,
and
if
there.
you like to meet people, if you like to enjoy life, if you like to do anything outside ever, then this is maybe the best place you could ever do it. Everyone get in here.
And Ben, did you have any baseball/softball experience before you started the DSL,
Um,
or any kind of bat and ball type sport?
I've never made it to first base before, man.
No, I think you have. I think you're downplaying yourself a little bit. You're good.
Not a lot of this kind of. This was my first time,
Yeah.
and it's good. It's good.
Last question for you: if you could sum the DSL up in 3 words, what would it be? It could be a short sentence or just 3 individual words. How would you? What are the words that come into mind when you think of DSL?
Pretty fucking awesome.
Pretty fucking awesome. Cheers to that, Ben. I really appreciate your time. Good games today, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, man. Good
You're very
interview.
welcome. Yep. All right. Hope you enjoyed what Ben had to say. Very funny guy, and always down to share a drink or and toast to a good day. So Ben, awesome dude. Our next game, game 3, was Cholo Hits at Breaking Bat. I played a part in this, so I'll speak to this one. First inning. I think we're still coming off the game 1 highs.
Mhm.
A lot of time sitting down, trying to catch some shade. Cholo Hits are coming off a big win just the game prior. So top of the first, they put up 5 and just kind of punch us.
tough,
A little punch in the face there. I think in the bottom of the first, maybe we answered back with like 2 or 3, but we never were able to get over that first inning kind of hump.
Yeah.
And we're always trailing throughout the game. So just kind of to summarize it, they set the tone in the first inning, and we were playing catch up since then. But
It's close. The final.
We had a promising bottom of the 7th. Able to string some base hits along. I believe. Yeah.
When Murray's home run was, I believe.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like getting the 2 of the games a little crossed up, but ended up with that game 17-13. So we did fight back. I know I was quite hungry, quite a little bit dehydrated at that point, so I was ready.
The sunburn's kicking in.
Ready for that one to be done. But we put up a good fight. Cholos were 2-0 on the day. So we split our series, our 2 games. A couple standout performers from that game. Nash 3 for 3 RBIs. So Nash keeps chugging along. Also, Time Warner minus E. Cap of Breaking Bat 4 for 4 RBIs. So huge day from Tim, and kind of starting with the captain on that one. So after that game, I was able to do an on-field interview with Eric Nash. So here's our second athlete spotlight special. Hope you enjoy what Nash has to say. All right, Daegu Diamond Talk here. We've got a legend in the DSL, Mr. Eric Nash on Cholo Hits. Eric, you played 2 games today, doubleheader. How'd it go?
It went well. We won 2 games.
You did. Decisive wins, too, I must say. Where are you playing on defense these days for the Cholos?
Well, today I had to play 6 innings total in the outfield. Yeah.
A little different for you.
Yeah, it's I don't like it.
Yep.
Because you have to walk farther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to walk farther to the dugout, right?
Everything's longer.
No one likes that.
No.
Eric, how long have you been playing the DSL for now? I know you took a couple seasons off here and there.
4 seasons off.
Okay.
But so I was in the first year, 19 years ago. It's hard.
You were 07 year.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was, I think, 14 then.
Yeah.
I was so happy to play.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can speak to the evolution kind of the DSL. You've been there in 07. You're here in 2025. I guess this is a good question. What are the biggest changes you've seen over the last 19 years of DSL ball? Like, if you can just kind of put that summarize it in a sentence or 2.
The peripheral league.
Yeah.
The shadow league.
Yeah.
It's just so much. It's just like, look at this.
Yeah.
How many people do we have? We must have 150 people here.
Probably 100 people here,
Yeah.
like that have come and gone
Like
too,
we
right?
never had Easter egg hunts. You know, there were hardly any kids.
Yeah, it's your story.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there were, you see a lot of characters, a lot of really interesting characters through the years, and that hasn't changed at all.
Well, Nash, one thing I admire about you and your play is, like you're getting a little bit older, right? But I feel like you still muscle it out every season, right? You're not very injury prone. When you
Not
start
anymore.
when you start a season, you finish it. Can you speak to that a little bit?
I was injured the 4 years before I bought a motorcycle. I stayed out of the league just motorcycling.
Yeah.
And I was injured every year for 4 years, and season ending for 4 years.
Motorcycle accidents?
No.
Or-
Like pulling something. I couldn't go on.
Yeah. So what's been the
Somewhere
difference
like-
now?
Just sneak up to the season. Be like,
Yeah.
yeah, get yourself ready.
Mhm.
The older you get, the more important that is.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously Cholo hits you. I mean, you guys are at the top of the league. If we had to put a team rankings or a power rankings, it would be you guys, Good Times. I mean,
After
you guys
today,
are you guys are right at the top. So it looks like you're on a good team this season.
We're less bad.
You're not
We're
bad
less
at all.
bad.
You're not bad at all, and you guys have a lot of firepower. Obviously, there's always going to be team aspirations and what you want for the team. But I mean, what do you want? What do you want season out of season? Like season to season, what encapsulates a good season for Eric Nash?
I want good teammates, not the ones that bitch like Adam Aldridge.
Got it.
You know, that guy.
That guy over there.
Just kidding. Just kidding. He doesn't bitch.
No, you guys have a good team. It looks like you guys mesh really well.
It's just be less bad than others. You know?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just a mid catch
Being
there.
less bad. It's all about being less bad.
Okay, we got a good game here with white and blue
You know
here.
what the score is?
I think it's 7-5. 7-5 blue. That's a big one.
So
Yeah, go on.
actually, I just want to point out that this gang here did the only foreign produced TV series in Peninsula history.
Is that right?
It was never. It has not been done since either.
This is a one of a
There's
kind.
never been a foreign produced TV series,
Yeah.
real DSL.
Nash, can I ask, are you subscribed?
Yes,
You
I'm
subscribed?
subscribed, and
Yeah.
I like and I comment.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. We
But
appreciate
I
your
haven't
time.
gotten any relatives into it yet, though.
No, we're building our audience. Nash, before I let you go here, how would you sum up the DSL in like maybe let's say 3 words?
You see those little girls going by here?
Yeah, so cute.
It's the cutest. 3 words. It's the cutest.
It's the cutest. DSL, it's the cutest. Nash, any last words to the audience?
No.
Cheers.
Love you all. I love that beautiful camera woman you have there.
Yep. Have a beer, meet a friend, play good ball.
Yeah.
That's the DSL.
Win a championship.
Season 19. Thank you, Nash. Appreciate it. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
And that's the first 3 games in the books. We got 3 more ahead of us on the doubleheader. But before we get into the second half, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, welcoming back an old friend, Fireball.
Here it is.
To the shots, to the love, to the friends. Fireball!
Yes. Daegu, get ready for some real heat. On the field and in your glass. Fireball Whiskey is proud to sponsor the DSL, fueling big plays, big hits, and even bigger celebrations. Some pitchers throw fastballs, but nothing burns like a fireball. So whether you're rounding the bases or rounding up the crew after the game, keep the fire going with that smooth cinnamon spice. Fireball Whiskey, bringing the heat from first pitch to last call. Drink responsibly. Now, back to the video.
All right, and thanks again, Fireball. The only drink that I know of that'll make you feel as red as Jory looked at the field.
Oh,
So let's get into the second half of games.
Yeah.
Game 4 was Good Times at Jaeger Bombers.
you played in this one?
Yeah, man, this game was tough.
Mhm.
Gosh, Good Times got out to a quick start. I
Mhm.
want to say through 3 innings, the Bombers, we had just 2 hits
Okay.
through 3 innings.
Wow.
As a team. That was a tough game. Jaeger Bombers, they played really, or Good
Good.
Times played really, really well.
Yeah.
I know it sounds maybe like an excuse, but even though they put up quite a few runs on us, it just kind of seemed like they were hitting it where we weren't.
Yeah.
There weren't too many defensive mistakes in that game.
There are games that happen like that. Just could be dinkers, bloopers, or just
hard hit balls, just where
just
no
hard
one
hit
is.
balls where you can't make a play on it really. Also on the other side of the coin, were they playing some superb defense, or were the bats just kind of not there for the first little bit of the game?
Yeah, just a lot of weak contact and pop ups, and I mean, you still have to catch them, but
That's true.
I don't think we made them put any extra effort into their defense. They were just positioned really well. So discounting the first 3 innings, I believe we were down something like 9-0 after 3. We played them close for the rest of the way. But in the end, doesn't really matter. Final score was Good Times 19, Jagerbomb 6. Some standouts from each team. Greener, the captain, led the way for the Good Times. He went 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 4 runs scored.
Big time.
So again, captain's leading the way. And from the Jaeger Bombers, Quentin Cooper, our leadoff batter, went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored.
Nicely done.
So,
Nicely done, Cooper.
Thanks, Quentin. After that game, Jory was able to talk to one of the Good Times players, Ephraim. Let's see what he had to say about that game.
All right, Daegu Diamond Talk here. This is Jory, and we got Ephraim Tracey on Good Times here. Ephraim just finished his first game of the doubleheader. Got some action here. Ephraim, how was your first game? How'd you do?
Yeah, it was a good first game. A lot of weird plays happened out there, and I think we're gonna have a score like that again. But no, it was good to get out there in the first game of a doubleheader and get a good win, and have a beer before our next one. So
yeah, have you been enjoying the food, enjoying the kind of team camaraderie on this doubleheader?
Yeah. Greeners are a great captain. Really brought us all together, and everyone on the team is very good at doing things for the team and keeping us all as a cohesive unit and stuff.
Everyone kind of does their part, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, we're a great team. Love it. Yeah.
Cool. So remind me, how long have you been playing in the DSL for now?
So this is my second spring league. I played last spring, the fall, and then now I'm starting. Yeah, this is the second spring. So second year.
What teams have you been on? You were.
Yeah. So spring, I was on Maddie Campbell's team, the Weekend Warriors.
Okay.
Fall, I was on Robert's team. We won. What was it?
Jaeger Bombers. Jaeger Bombers.
Yeah.
You guys won the championship?
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah. And then now on the Good Times.
On the Good Times.
Good Times, yeah.
Cool. So are you liking the DSL so far?
Yeah. Man, DSL is crazy. The organization, you have people selling beers, food, you have people keeping stats, you have stuff like this, podcasts, all that. So yeah, it's a great time. Yeah.
Nice little community, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Question: how did you find out about the DSL? Curious.
I feel like everyone in Daegu kind of knows. At least somebody knows that you know about it. But my friend Ronnie, shout out Ronnie, miss you. You're back in Canada now, but Ronnie told me about it. So
Ronnie told you about it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys coming off a win. You got a game here right after this game.
We do.
Behind us. I guess we all have team aspirations, right? We all want to make the championship and do the best for our team. Do you have any kind of personal aspirations? Do you have any personal goals when you're playing out there? Do you want to just get hits, play good defense? Are you trying to, I guess, what defines a successful season to Ephraim?
Definitely first team. And so team, you just want to win, right? You want to do whatever you can to get the win. And then personal, you don't want to be the reason anything messes up. So no errors. That's really it. And just do your part. Yeah.
Yep.
So
cool. Last question for you, Ephraim. I appreciate your time. Would you recommend this league to just kind of people out there that are looking to get involved in something in Daegu, whether foreigner, Korean?
Totally, absolutely. Like you see, if you pan around, if you see anything here, you got a big community. It's a great time. You have your weekend sets, and it's a great way to meet people and have a good time. So yeah, good time, right?
Good time. Sorry, I lied. Last question. If you could this is a question I got from Greg. If you could sum up the DSL in 3 words, it could be like a short sentence or just 3 individual words. What are 3 words that come to mind?
Damn, off the top of my head.
Just anything.
Can I curse?
Yes.
Great fucking time.
Great fucking time. Yeah. Or a good fucking time.
Or a good fucking time. That's right.
All right. Cheers to you, Ephraim. I appreciate your time, man. And best of luck in your next game.
Thank you very much.
Yep. All right. Cool. Hope you enjoyed that interview with Ephraim. Really cool guy. And this is his second year playing in the DSL. So really cool guy. If you don't know him yet, go up and introduce yourself to him. Ephraim, nicely done. Next game, game 5, we had Jaeger Bombers at Weekend Warriors. So looks like Jaeger bombers were coming out, and they wanted to mix it up and change it up a little bit, right? So
You can say we weren't very happy after the first game.
yeah, and you're coming off a back to back, so
Yeah.
figuring out what's working, what's not. Again, wasn't playing in this game, but
Mhm.
I mean, just looking at the final, it was 19-14 Jaeger bombers.
Yep. I can speak on the score. It was pretty close throughout
Yeah.
the whole game.
Mhm.
The difference was really in the 7th inning. I remember
Mhm. Was it
after
close going
6
into-
innings, yeah.
Yeah.
After 6, it was 14-12 Bombers, I believe.
Okay. So,
And
yeah,
we
so-
started the 7th. We hung 5 on them. They got
Okay.
a couple back, I believe, in the bottom
Did
of
you
the
say
7th.
14-12?
Right.
Okay, 14-12.
Uh,
So big 7th inning.
yeah,
And that's kind of been your guys' Achilles heel a little bit, right? The 7th?
the 7th inning defense, yeah.
7th inning defense, okay.
Right.
So it seems like the defense kind of settled in.
Yeah, I mean,
did-
in
did
both
let
games, it was pretty fine, pretty
Mhm.
good.
Good. Yeah, huge day by a couple people over there. We got Rob 4 for 4, 9 RBIs, 4 runs, 2 home runs. So I'm looking at the 9 RBIs. Obviously,
I wonder if that's a single game record.
I was thinking the same. I haven't seen that many in a box score. Obviously, I haven't been playing in the DSL as
Yeah.
long as some other folks have. So
Right.
we'll have to maybe ask some of the other vets and see where 9 RBIs stacks up. But yeah, huge day by Rob. And then we also had David Cox. A welcome back to him.
Mhm.
2 for 3, 5 RBIs and a home run for the Weekend Warriors. So
His first game of the season after a couple-year break.
Yeah.
So seems like he was ready to play.
yeah, that seemed to be a good game. You guys had a little bit more the lights had come on for that game 5, right?
We
Is that
turned him
correct?
on in like the 5th or 6th inning, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been nice playing under the lights. Yeah.
It was exciting. It was pretty nice.
Our next game was all under the lights.
Yes.
You want to take care of that one?
This was a high-scoring game. I believe it was close throughout, though. But this was Weekend Warriors at Good Times. Game 6, last game of the day. Yeah, again, I believe they played them close throughout the whole game until the 7th inning.
Just kind of broke it open.
Yeah, Good Times hung up a lot of runs on them. I believe it must have been the 6th inning, given the final score, right?
Right, because Good Times
was the home team.
Was the home team,
Yeah.
so they didn't even get their last at bat.
Right.
Just one thing that I noticed with the temperature.
Yeah,
and the
you were talking
weather,
about this. Yeah.
I mean, there was minimal wind towards
Yeah.
the end of the night,
Yeah.
and maybe it was the batters, but it looked like the ball was just absolutely screaming off the bats
Yeah.
in that night game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's big hitters on both sides of the coin, but it just looked like the ball was going everywhere and,
Yeah.
and going far too.
Hanging up there.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully, every team will get a chance to play under the lights, and
Maybe. Yeah.
if it works out, it works out.
If
But,
your team makes the championship, you'll be playing under the lights.
but there's another doubleheader,
Yes.
which could
Yeah.
balance it out for other teams that didn't get to play under the lights. But
But final for that game was Warriors 14, Good Times 25. I think that's the highest scoring performance by a single team
I think
this
so.
season.
Yeah.
Some standouts from that game. We had Troy, the bartender, Seymour, went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs.
Big
Great
day.
game by him. Yeah.
Big day.
And
Couple big days on the Good Times. Yeah,
we
They
couldn't
filled the-
choose just one player
Yeah.
off of Good Times.
Filled the stat sheet.
Starting with Brian Corrigan, again, rookie. Probably got to be the front runner for Rookie of the Year at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He went 4 for 4, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 home runs, both of which were hit over the fence in right field out there.
Right. So the first one, obviously, caught everyone's attention.
It did, yeah.
And then I think it was his last at bat of the night, and now everyone's watching. Hey,
Right.
can Buddy do it again?
And he did.
And sure enough, just turned on it again, almost the exact
Yeah,
same
no,
spot.
seriously.
It was really close.
He said, well, the outfielder there was Paul Groba. Groba said maybe he could have brought it back.
Oh,
it was
I did,
that
yeah.
close.
I asked Brian after the game. I was like, "Hey, were you just trying to go for another one?
Yeah.
Just kind of testing your limits here?" He's like, "No, I was just trying to put it in play, just hit a
A double.
double or something like that." But he's just got a
Got
hold of
into
it,
it.
and there it goes again. So, yeah, hats off, well done.
At this new field we've been playing at, I think in game, Ruben is the only person to clear the fence. In game.
Yeah.
So far.
But he also put it over the net.
That was during the Rust Buster.
Okay.
Take that for what it's worth.
You put one over the fence in game this season?
Yes.
Was
But
it?
not over the net.
When was that? I don't remember.
Game 1 or 2.
Okay.
And then we've seen Adam Aldrin do it during batting practice to left field. The outfield fence is mirrored, so it's all the same for everybody.
Yeah, so that's some good company to be in.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Anytime you can do something Ruben does,
yeah,
you can be pretty happy with that. Anyways, we had another player on good times. Peewit, 4 for 4, 8 RBIs. 9 RBI day, 8 RBI day.
Well, yeah,
RBIs by those two guys there.
Lots of runs scored.
And another quick shout out to Robert Gold. He had 2 home runs on the day too.
Yeah.
So good
Huge.
for him. Yeah.
Rookie?
Yes,
rookie. Yeah, I saw him. He had a couple nice shots to left field. And pretty quick on his feet too.
He was, yeah.
Nice job, Robert.
You know those night games, it can get a little slick at night, at least at Hyojin, as the floor is so hot and it gets like dewy.
Yeah.
I don't know if this field has the same problem. Hopefully not.
And after Good Times' first game, no, actually, sorry, I think it was right before their first game. I was able to interview Madison St. I got corrected, St. Louis. And here's what she had to say. Okay, Daegu Diamond Talk here. We have Madison St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Gosh, I was wrong every single time I've said it. We got Madison St. Louis here on the Good Times. You guys just finished your first game. How'd it go?
It went awesome. We won. We won last week too. I was out last week because I was injured.
Okay.
So it was a great first game back.
Injury. That's the first I've heard of it. What did you injure?
I pulled both my quads running to first.
Okay, so it was a softball related injury.
Yeah.
Okay, are you healing up okay?
Yeah. The first game went great.
Okay, good. So Madison, this is your first season in the DSL. Kind of how's the season been going for you so far? Are you liking the team?
Yeah, it's been really fun. Jason's been a great captain.
Yes.
It's been really easy to get along with everybody and play well together. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Good. Madison, so I don't think you're a rookie to softball though. I think you were saying some softball experience in the past. How was your softball experience in this kind of in the DSL? How does that compare?
I played 2 years of softball when I was in like junior high.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm really rusty. Like I haven't played softball in a long time.
Yeah.
But
you're doing fine. You're doing a fine job.
Yeah, it's been fun because at least I know all the rules already.
Yeah.
So I
you got the
can
baseball
just kind of
knowledge.
jump back in and try to play again.
And like there's a little bit of competitiveness, but it's also pretty laid back. And I'm sure have you met a lot of new people since you've been out here?
Yeah, so many.
Yeah. Good. Curious, how did you hear I almost got that. Okay, ball went right by my leg. Almost got hit there. Madison, how did you find out about the league?
My coworker Rob told me about it.
Oh, Rob Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You guys are working at the same place?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. No better introduction than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess for someone new looking to find kind of a community in Daegu, whether foreigner or Korean, would you recommend the DSL to like someone new trying to find a new sport or a community to kind of get along with?
Oh, totally. Like I just moved to Daegu this March.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how I would make friends or meet people. So
Sure.
then when Rob suggested, oh, you could play baseball, I basically jumped at the opportunity. So I was like, this is
Wait, you got here in March?
Yeah, I just
and then the season started like end of March. So that was
Yeah.
that was perfect timing
yeah,
for
it was
you.
perfect timing. Yeah, I thought I would miss registration or something, but I didn't. So yeah, I feel really lucky that
That's
I got
cool.
to come.
Yeah, I was in a similar situation. Like I moved in February and then season started in March and then met all my best friends in the DSL and just kind of never looked back. So
Yeah.
I hope you do the same with that. I'm sure you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyways, last question. If you could sum up your DSL experience as a whole in like 3 words, it could be a short sentence or just 3 separate words. How would you describe it?
I would say field, fun, friends.
Field, fun, and friends.
Yeah.
Love that. this is Madison on Good Times. I appreciate your time and best of luck in your second game today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Hope you enjoyed that on-field interview with Madison St. Louis. True rookie to the league. Yeah, she seems to be making a lot of friends out there. And if you haven't met her yet, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay.
Yep. What do we got next?
That brings us to our next segment of the week, which is our Bates photo of the week. We can throw that up on the screen here, but the subject is Adam Fox and his dad.
Yeah, this is a great photo. It's a heartfelt photo.
Yeah.
Kind of really warms your heart here because a little backstory with Adam. I believe he's been in Korea for 10 plus years, like 11 years or
Yeah.
so, and this is the first time both his parents have been able to come out to Korea. So,
Right.
Why not bring them along to a softball weekend? Like
Mhm.
lots of people have brought their parents out in the past,
Yeah.
and they seem to really have been enjoying it.
Yeah.
Adam, in this picture, is wearing a home run hat. So, Adam got to telling me a little bit after the fact. It was actually his first DSL home run in the DSL. So, he said he'd been gotten really close in the past, triples or plays at the plate where he just kind of nicked him at the end.
Yeah. I think he said 4 times he had almost
say-
gotten
You
one.
say 4 times?
I remember the
Okay.
number.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And he sure did too, right?
Yeah.
So, it's cool that he got to, have that moment in front of his dad. And I'm sure his mom was, probably close by somewhere and got to see it as well. So
He did the 10K the weekend previous, so his legs were ready. His legs were fresh. We can say fresh. They're in shape.
Adam's looking fit. Yeah.
He is.
Adam's doing some fit stuff out there. So yeah, super cool photo.
We can quickly speak on his dad. I was talking to him and his dad later in the night, and his dad's no stranger to bat to ball sports.
Okay.
His dad is Irish. He's a pretty well-known hurler. So you know the game from talking to Shane and Owen and Mossy.
Yeah, I've got
not specifically, right?
good idea of it. Yeah.
But he was a player, I believe, in the 80s. Professional player, a coach, pretty good player in his own right. So,
and even has a Wikipedia page, I heard.
And I actually verified a couple days, or Sunday I checked. I was like, is that true? I checked, and sure enough, he does. I don't think we have to leak the name on the show.
Sure, yeah. We'll just keep that between them.
But yes, he certainly does. I'm sure he would love to play if he could spend more time in Korea.
Super cool. Yeah. I'm sure he really enjoyed that. I know Adam did.
And look at his dad. You can see he's loving it so much. That's a great photo.
That's an awesome
They
photo.
should frame that.
Yeah, so that's our Bates photo of the week. Bates, thank you again for always capturing the great moments. And yeah, I'm sure that's one Adam and his pops will remember for a long time.
That's a keeper.
Awesome.
Let's keep it moving.
So
we've got our picks.
We've got our picks tally, our head-to-head picks.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back from last episode, we didn't get to talk about it, and then last episode we didn't get to talk about our previous week's picks, and then we'll just combine that with the 6 games we had this past weekend. So
we don't have to talk about specifically where we scored points,
sure,
because there's so many games.
But we had a 4-way kind of
bet,
if you will, and it was kind of loser buys drinks type of deal.
Yep.
So there was 6 games, 12 possible points if you count the winner of the game and the over/under if you chose that correctly. So it looks like, if you want to kind of read off the points.
Yeah. So just going in order as who picked it last week, starting with Jory. He scored 7 points out of a possible 12 last week. Bobby scored 6. I scored 7.
Mm-hmm.
And LV scored 5. So the loser would be LV. Congratulations.
So hopefully we'll maybe get around together, all 4 of us. And
looking forward to that Fireball next week.
Yeah, I think we agreed on Fireball. So yeah, those are tough. Over-unders, you really never know how the game's going to go. No. And, any team could be any other team on any given Saturday. So
yeah.
But our combined season total is now still a 2-game or a 2-point lead on my part, 18-16 JT. So we'll keep that rallying.
Yep. It's close.
And that's a nice transition into our now Game 6 picks.
Right.
So
we have the schedule written up here behind us.
These are Game 6. Yeah, it's flying by. So this would be Week 5, Game 6.
Right.
yeah, the 12 p.m. game. We've got Alcoholics at Good Times. So I'll just kind of make my pick and
Right. Oh, and just for clarity, we're keeping the over-under the same as last week, 29.5.
Okay.
We've just added up cumulative runs for all 5 games so far.
Mhm.
So this seems like a pretty good point to stay for now.
yeah.
All right, let's get into this first game. Let's write our picks up here.
Yeah, Good Times looked good last week. You know, they won last weekend both their games. Decisive wins. The offense is clicking, the defense is settling in. Put up 25 runs in their last game. I think they carry that over into this week's game, and I'm gonna take Good Times, and the runs were a scoring for the Good Times last week, so I'm gonna go over as well.
Right.
Yep.
And I've got nothing else to add to that. I am agreeing with you, taking the Good Times and the over. My bad handwriting continues.
Mine's not much better. So, cool. Break down you want to start off the 2 p.m.?
2 p.m. game. Our second game, we've got Weekend Warriors at Breaking Bat. This could be a good game.
Think so?
Yeah, Weekend Warriors, they've got Cheech coming back for his season debut.
So they say.
Is
that confirmed?
Flying in from Texas, I believe so.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, yeah, seems like a cool dude. It'll be fun to see him out on the field.
He's a big-time player, and I think he's going to be the difference in that game.
Ooh.
So I'm taking the Warriors and the over.
Yep. Agree with you on the over, but not on the team.
Of course not.
Got to keep it green. Yeah, we're
You guys are good?
yeah, we're we don't get talked about too much, I feel like, compared to some of the other teams, but we're sneaky,
Yeah.
We're sneaky a little bit.
You guys know how to play.
And I still think we can play better.
You haven't played your best
I'm
game.
Sure, well, I'm sure most other teams could maybe say the same, but I think we
You
haven't
believe it.
reached our full potential. From what I believe.
Yes.
And
You've had some injuries on your team. Also, you've got some people coming back from that.
mm-hmm. Yep.
I believe.
So yeah, I'll go Breaking Bat over. And the 4 p.m. game, we've got your team, Greg, Jaeger Bombers at Cholo Hits.
So we had just played them recently. This is a recent matchup, rematch for each
now
team.
Everyone's already played everyone at this point, right?
So in this game, the first time we played the Cholo Hits, they were missing Ruben Rodriguez. We were missing Adam Oliveras and Tracy. Both 2 important players to our team.
But now
everyone's back, I believe, for both teams.
Yeah.
I think Adam's going to be the difference here. And of course, I'm staying blue.
Mm-hmm.
But as I talked about earlier, defense has been pretty good on our team.
Mm-hmm.
I think their team has a pretty solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to hit the under on this one.
Got it. Well, I'll just kind of split you there and go opposite, CH over.
So as far as our season totals going for points, this one could be a pretty big difference maker, especially for this week. We're mirrored here. This could be a 1-point swing. And this is where 2 points could be made.
Yeah, it's looking good up
or we
there.
could split it.
Yep. Those are Game 6 picks.
Now, before we wrap it up, we said earlier we were going to quickly talk about maybe a little power ranking, right? Which teams do we think are looking strong? How do we think these teams shake out? So far, everyone's played everybody. We're at the halfway point.
As of Monday night, the standings have not been updated, but we know what the standings are.
Yeah.
So it looks like leading the cast division would be Good Times at 4-1.
Right.
I'm not sure what the run differential is exactly, but
probably quite high in their favor.
Quite high in their favor, at least to this point. Breaking Bat will be now 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think our run differential is like dang near even.
Yeah.
Like it could be like plus or minus 1, but I'm pretty sure we're about even.
Yeah.
And then we've got Warriors at 1-4.
Yep.
The height division then would be led by Cholo Hits at 4-1.
Yep.
Jaeger Bombers would be the next team at 2-3.
Correct.
And Bollocks at 1-4.
Right.
So I mean,
off the jump, I think the 2 teams leading each division look like the 2 strongest teams so far.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They've had mostly their full squad in each game,
mm-hmm.
and they've been playing well together.
if you had to put one over the other,
Yeah.
do you pick do you pick pink or do you pick black?
Well, Cholos beat them earlier in the season,
They did. They have
but good times are gelling.
they've got the head-to-head Cholos, yeah.
God, there's a lot of good players. Before the season started, I said black was the team to beat
Okay.
on paper.
Still sticking with your
I'm
guns?
going to stick with it.
Sticking with your guns?
Yep.
I think
You?
I might give GT the edge on this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, we both want to be in the championship.
They've had some rookies step up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, like
Be a fun game. I want to see that rematch.
it'd be a fun game. I'm curious to when they're gonna be playing again. But
in a couple weeks, right? Hopefully not in the championship, because you and I would both like to be in that.
Yep. I'm sure they're playing in the next couple weeks, so that'll be a fun one to watch, and I'm sure everyone's circling that one.
Now the other teams that we didn't mention, they've all been missing players here and there, so it's again tough to see like what their cap would be, right?
So we'll just kind of leave it at that. We've got two kind of clear-cut favorites at this point,
And
then
the second half of the schedule to play.
and
So
the
we'll see
second
how it
half.
shake out.
Yep. So and again, that was an idea from Eddie Majors. Thank you, Eddie. We'll have to keep adding to our weekly power rankings as we move forward. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. That kind of wraps up this episode. Don't want you to forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate it. Again, thank you for contributing to kind of our logo, commenting, and just viewing in general.
This little silly show we're making on a Monday night.
And yeah, that's all we got. Any last words from you, Greg?
Let's have a good back half of the season.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Everyone stay healthy.
We're halfway through. Yeah, stay healthy, do your stretches, warm up, and
have some fun.
Meet a friend, have a beer, and
win a championship.
Win a championship.
That's the DSL.
All right. Cheers to you, buddy.
Cheers.
Thanks.